Good morning guys, welcome back to another episode of Barham Engines. So there we go, look, got the number 14 on. If any of you are subscribed to our other channel, Barham Engine Stories, there'll be a link in the description below to go over to that channel, guys. Our last video, which we put out yesterday, you'll see that we did a track day on Friday at Castle Combe circuit in the kit car. You've got to run numbers now at the back just so anyone can report you if you've been a bit naughty. But yeah, had an absolutely brilliant day. Go over and have a look at that video and you'll see what happened and who was there. And obviously it was the first time we set the gazebo up, and that was an absolute game changer. Made us look very pro and served its purpose because a lot of people noticed us with obviously the loud orange. But yeah, car, touch wood, the car performed faultlessly. Tyres absolutely brilliant. By the time we got our tyre pressures correct, the tyres worked absolutely perfect. And you'll see on there by the dramatic thumbnail and title that Isaac was a little bit quicker than me, but then he is younger than me. I'm not going to moan too much about that. I'm driving around having fun, that's what it's all about. If he wants to go a little bit quicker and try and get some decent times, that's up to him. But yeah, really good day. So yeah, what have we got going on today, guys? Obviously we got back, we had the track day Friday, went up Thursday night. By Saturday I was absolutely drained. I don't know whether it was just doing the track day, but I was just exhausted. It was the first weekend really where I've just wanted to lie down on the sofa and rest and have a little nap. But I think it's a little bit of a combination of, yes, it's a busy day. I was awake at 5 o'clock on Friday morning, down the track by about 7:30, obviously set up all day racing around till literally nearly 5 o'clock when it shut. We left there about 5:30 and took us about 3.5 hours to get home. So yeah, very busy day, but I think it's a bit of a combination of that, and I've been really busy running these two channels, getting the second channel, Barham Engine Stories, off the ground, trying to put out sort of 3 videos each channel a week for a couple of weeks. So yeah, really exhausted, and sort of feel like I need a little bit of a break. Obviously the main channel, whatever we do on the second channel, whether we put 1 to 3 videos out a week, I don't know, whatever I feel like on that, but just trying to get it off the ground, get some decent content that's a bit different to the technical stuff that we do here in the engine builds, and seem to be getting some really positive feedback on that. So thanks ever so much to you guys that have been over there and subscribed and watching our videos. Hope you're enjoying them. Just something a little different really. So yeah, we're back in on the Monday morning, and what have we got going on here? So we've got a big pile of pretty much done bits. As you can see, we're a little bit short of space, so Isaac's having to work off this bench here, but this is the MR2 engine that he's got all together now. Obviously the cylinder head's all done. He's just balanced the crank assembly and marked all that up, painted a few bits and what have you. So I think when the bits arrive for this, pretty much get on with this and get it built. The Cosworth, we've got the Cosworth block down there from Mark. We've just had the go-ahead on this. So what we're going to do is bore that. It's at standard, amazingly enough. It's a 205 block, so we're going to bore that to 0.5, order some new pistons, because as I said on the last video, those pistons have had some detonation and what have you. So we're going to face the block, and that will be the block finished. Here's the cylinder head here. So this one obviously has been vapor blasted. We are going to put new guides in this. I've checked the guides, not great to be honest, and I think the exhaust have been sleeved, but we don't bother sleeving these ones on the Cozzies, just buy some new ones, get them in. And the rest of it, fortunately, we can get away with polishing the crank. It is ground to maximum on this, but it does measure perfect, so we're just going to balance that, polish it, etc. But I am suspecting, like I said in the last video, I'm suspecting, because we've measured the crank and the journals measure fine, a bit of a weird wear pattern on the big ends. So I'm suspecting these rod housings are not great. So I'm going to take the pistons off in a bit, torque them up and see what they measure, and let you know on that. But I'm suspecting they all need sizing and balancing. So yeah, we've got the go ahead on this one, guys. Down here under this cover, this is a Jag that we did for a customer a while ago. We've done 2 Jags for this company, North Devon Metalcraft. They do the bodies for the Cobras and Jags and what have you. Absolutely fantastic work they do. But this engine is going in, I've got a feeling it's going in a D-type rep or something like that. It's an XK motor. We've gone all through it. No expense spared on this. They've had it back. Fortunately, before they put it in a vehicle which is going to America, mind, so you can imagine the rigmarole if something happened to this engine. They've gone to put some plugs in which we supplied, and I suppose not our fault really, it's just old aluminium, old threads and what have you. We don't helicoil all the threads just for the sake of it, but they've gone to put a plug in. One of them, I think number 1, felt a little bit iffy, so they've gone to do it up, and we've found that the thread is not great, so we've had to put a helicoil in that one, and to do that really successfully, they've had to bring it back, and we've had to take the cylinder head off. So bit of a pain in the bum. Obviously we put a new head gasket on it, timed it all up again, and yeah, we've sorted that one now. But yeah, you can imagine if that had gone to America, it wouldn't have looked great on us. So, but what do? Do you helicoil every thread just in case something happens? It's one of those, isn't it? But we're certainly not going to start drilling and tapping with the head on. So we asked for that back. Obviously, under our cost, we've took the head off and sorted it. So that's that, guys. Paul is cracking on with this one here. So this is the Focus RS Mark III. Got a load of bits coming for them. Should be here today or tomorrow because we're just waiting on the CP pistons. But yeah, that is a go ahead, and we've got all the bits on order for it. Right, guys, so where are we? A little bit of an update on the 2 warranty issues that we've got, the ongoing issues. Now, the first one is the MGB. So just to recap very briefly, our customer who we were doing the job for was the garage. They were taking the engine out, putting it back in. We had to do the full rebuild on the engine, and then obviously since then we had the car back because it was smoking heavily. The garage was saying it was the rings. We had the PCV valve off it, which we found was defective, which we thought, we had basically come to the conclusion that that was the cause for the engine breathing, and it certainly would not been able to, it wouldn't be running right on the carburetors with the valve like that. A lot of you guys in the comments confirmed our conclusion, what you thought. So that's where we were. They were adamant it was the piston rings, although the rings had worn badly because the thing was obviously over fueling. Anyway, this went on and on. We had the car back, took the head off, pistons out, put new pistons in, all the rest of it. Since then, the actual owner of the vehicle has been in touch with us, and he wants some money out of us. And the money is for a bill from the garage that was our customer, that they have invoiced him a bill to get the car rectified after we sent it back, once we'd done the motor and rectified the oil burning issue. They sent him a bill for getting on 400 quid for things that we had done wrong. Well, the agreement between ourselves and the garage was they had it back, they wanted it back non-running, and they'll do it, but we just got it running to make sure it wasn't smoking. So they had to do all the rest of it, you know, top it up with water and all this, that, the other. The car went from them to another MG specialist for whatever reason. They found a couple of bits wrong that we did, or there was a little oil leak, etc. So we paid their bill, not a problem. But this garage that was our customer, they're still hunting for this bill, which their customer, the owner of the vehicle, has got in touch with us and wants it out of us. A lot of you guys mentioned in the comments when I put this in a video that he isn't our customer, but we had to change the details on the invoice to him because he paid us direct. So But I've since been in touch with him, sent an email saying I'm not willing to pay this. The understanding was between ourselves and the garage that they had the car back as we sent it and they were going to sort it all out. So we're not willing to pay their bill. He said if we don't pay the bill by the 15th of this month, he's going to take us to court. So that's where we are with it. I've sent in the email. He hasn't even sent an email back confirming he's read the email. Or he's received it, but I'm just waiting to the 15th to see what happens, guys. But I think, to be honest, I'm not willing to pay him. Once you go down that rabbit hole, you know, like you guys said, we are admitting liability, really, where we know what the understanding was and we're sticking to it. So that's that one. The second one is the Golf. This is the Golf GTI engine with the ongoing saga with the customer disagreeing with our conclusion that there's nothing wrong with the engine that we may have done, yet he's still claiming that there's very low oil pressure when the engine's hot on idle, etc. So he's adamant. He paid the bill for us stripping it and giving him the conclusion on our findings. He's took the engine away. Now obviously he said that he's going to stick to the agreement where he gets an independent engineer to inspect it and then he'll get back to us. As I say, there's no dispute that we are going to be fixing the engine if it is concluded by all parties that that we are liable. You know, the cause of the low oil pressure may be because of something we did. So that's not a problem. But we haven't heard back from him since he's took the engine. So it's one of two things. One, he's had the inspection. And the guy has concluded that he can find nothing wrong with the engine, therefore he's gone quiet and disappeared, or he's coming up with knowing him, he may be coming up with some big old letter, you know, stating how he wants this, he wants that, it is concluded, and I don't know what to expect with him. As I say, my feeling is there's no point in going to court, because even if it is concluded that it's something that we've done, we haven't said that we're not going to sort it, so I don't know. Who knows, guys? But the longer it goes on, the more I'm suspecting that he may well have had an independent engineer look at it, but they can't find anything wrong with it. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that one, guys, but we will be keeping you informed. So first little job of today, guys. A little bit of a weird name, but apparently this is like a plate off a hatch for something or other. Looks like it's got a bit of a safe key there, but they just want 1 millimetre off each side, so that's what I'm doing. So nothing to do with engines. This is for Car Care Centre, which is over the road, that you can see because of the light. But yeah, that's all I'm doing at the minute. But little things like this, you know, when they come over and can you just take 1 millimetre off each side, as if it's like a 2-minute job. But all the can you just jobs always end up taking about an hour to set up and do. So yeah, we'll just get this one out of the way and then we can crack on with some proper work, eh? Right, guys, this is the Cosworth head for Mark's engine, the one that we did the video on last week. So Mark sent his engine in bits. He was hoping that we could use the 0.5 pistons, but unfortunately it looks like it's got some heat seizure or sort of detonation at the top, so we're going to have to use new pistons. This is the head. Now the guides do look like they've been sleeved in the past, but what I should probably do is I shall get these out and just put a new set of guides in this, because I think he wants us to put the engine together completely. So what we're doing here, I've just vapor blasted the head, obviously removing all the oil gallery bungs. Vapor blasted it first, and normally we vapor blast the exhaust ports and the inlet ports as best we can, then we remove it from the vapor blaster, get down there with a wire brush just to get those stubborn bits of carbon, etc. out, and then we're going to put it straight back in the vapor blaster and give it another go over, and then we'll get those guides out and continue with the head, guys. But yeah, he's just sent me an email confirming he wants us to go ahead with the engine, so that's good news. So we'll just get this in the vapor blaster now and crack on with it. So Isaac has got the MR2 on a stand now. You can see that all prepped nicely, ready to go. I think he's balanced the crank, which he's down there. He's got to give that another wash. Just waiting for the bearings and gaskets, and he can get that built. In the meantime, I have got the Cosworth block for Mark on the boring bar. I'm just taking this out to 500 mil, and you can see that's clean, lovely. Just give that a lick over the top, hone it, and that block could go on an engine stand ready for all the bits. Ordered all the bits today, so they should be here in the next couple of days, so we can turn that round fairly smartish. But that's it, guys, I'm afraid, for another video. Until Wednesday's video, as I say, please head over to our new channel, Barham Engine Stories. There's a link in the description below, and hit the subscribe button on that if you would, and watch some of our videos. But until then, have a great evening, guys. We'll see you then. Take it easy. Cheers.